Well, in a Kelly File exclusive, we are also tracking a new effort tonight to get more information on the IRS's targeting of conservative groups. In a unique new twist, one political group that was targeted is now offering up to $1 million for anyone who provides information leading to the conviction of anyone involved in this scandal. Catherine Engelbrecht is one of the alleged victims, as I mentioned, of the IRS targeting. She's the founder of True the Vote, and she has joined this campaign. Catherine, good to see you. It's interesting to hear J. Christian Adams talk about Elijah Cummings and his role on the Benghazi Select Committee, because he was the one really pushing the IRS to look into your group. And so let me first start with that. Your thoughts on his now being one of the chief investigators of a different scandal in Washington, Benghazi.
I think it's outrageous. Elijah Cummings has committed time and again de facto per se against us, defamation per se against us, and the thought that he is now sitting on that committee to preside over what is certainly one of the greatest scandals this administration has been involved in is just, it's disgusting.
So back to the IRS issue for you now, obviously much closer to your heart for many obvious reasons. What is it? It's a bounty, it's a reward, and what does somebody have to do to get it?
Yes, the IRS bounty is just that. It is the people's bounty for the truth, put together by a group called the Voters Trust. It is an opportunity for citizens to come forward and speak to the truth. If they have information that will reveal what is really happening inside of the halls of the IRS, this is a way to incentivize that truth to come forward. And frankly, for more citizens to come forward and tell the stories that I hear all too often, people all across this country that are being targeted by this government. This is a way to empower the American people to hold government accountable.
This is interesting. So you're basically, if somebody knows, let's say, what Lois Lerner knows, who, has asserted her Fifth Amendment privilege and won't speak. If somebody knows what she knows but has remained silent thus far, you're trying to encourage somebody like that to come forward and tell your group, speak publicly, and if it leads to the arrest of somebody responsible for this whole scheme, then you're going to pay the reward.
That's exactly right. Something's got to give. We see the censures and the misdemeanors that's not going to get to the bottom of this. There will be more bobbing, more weaving. The American people need to know the truth, and this is one way to get at it, we think.
Catherine, do you think that this will bring out further victims as well? Because at this point, the IRS scandal broke more than a year ago. It feels like it's pretty well fleshed out in terms of who was targeted and who was not. Why do you need more victims to come forward and self-identify?
Well, in the case of the IRS scandal, I think the big question on the table now is where's the truth? Who knew what when? That answer is still lurking out there somewhere. But yes, without question, one of the goals of the Voters Trust IRS Bounty project is to encourage people to come forward and tell more about what is happening. Stories I hear all the time, and not just the IRS. OSHA, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, Bureau of Land Management, EPA, targeting citizens, targeting small businesses. This is happening on a level that I think would stun the average American citizen, but yet there's not really a repository, there's not a hub that's out there collecting those stories, and so that's what the IRS Bounty and Voters Trust is going to do, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
It's just so interesting because we started the show with this VA scandal and talked about the dangers potentially in, big government trying to run big systems, and you all along have been an example of some other potential dangers of big government gone wrong on the citizenry. Catherine, good to see you.
Thanks so much.